Welcome to Plugged In. I'm Andrea Morrison. I'm very honored that we have this platform to devote an entire episode to the Windsor Regional Cancer Centre and the wonderful projects that they have launched in our community this fall season. With us is Hawaida and Stephen, who are here to speak about the Cancer Centre, and you guys are at the forefront. And unfortunately, this is something that has affected most of us in some way, shape, or form, and it's very personal to many people in our community. So we hope that today's episode can help shine a light on what needs to be done and how we can help make it better for people. So thank you for being here.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Now we do, I mean, we're the Cancer Centre Foundation, but what we are is the fundraising arm for the Cancer Centre. So everything that you see within the Cancer Centre, typically it's the foundation that's raised the funds through generosity of people in our community, and we're able to purchase things like the Da Vinci, bladder scanners, chemo pumps, radiation equipment. So it is a collaborative effort in order to do this. You touched on something that really is key. I mean, I think it's everyone in some way, shape, or form has been affected by it, right?
Yeah.
And it's scary to know that, you know, it could be your family member, it could be a colleague, it could be your neighbor. And, you know, the beauty of the Cancer Centre is that it's here in our community, so locally you can get treated.
Yeah.
Now, I know Steve Roberts is our chair of the Cancer Centre Foundation, and Steve, you know, started off, and maybe he can tell the story a little bit more, is that he started off helping us out with a campaign to raise funds to bring in the Da Vinci, and then we kind of pulled him, pulled him our way.
Won't let him go.
No, we're not going to let him go because he's, you know, a great ambassador for our community. So, I mean, Steve, maybe you can talk a little bit about how.
What's your story?
Well, yes. In my case, approximately 12 and a half years ago, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Yeah.
And at the time, after a lot of research, discussions with doctors and specialists, it appeared to me the best option for me was to have surgery to remove the prostate cancer. The surgery that was going to be the best for me could not be done at that time here in Windsor. I had to travel to Hamilton to have the surgery done by the doctors that were able to do it. And there were really, I think, only a couple of doctors in Ontario that could do it at that time, and they could do it there. But it was inconvenient. You know,
it's already stressful.
It's a very major surgery. I had to, you know, be in a hotel room for a couple of days afterwards, recovering before I could even travel to be able to come home. Friends, family that would obviously be around you at the time could not. You know, my wife and my daughter and some other close friends were able to be there, but it was difficult. And it struck me, you know, very seriously that this was something that we needed in our community, and I've done everything I can since then, and thankfully through the foundation, and at that time it was just a campaign that I was involved in, we were able to raise the money, and we have the Da Vinci machine here now in Windsor, and fortunately for men in Essex County and in this area, there is, you know, they won't have to go through what I had to go through in terms of traveling elsewhere.
It's great to see progress moving forward. It is personal, as we've said, and my dad's in the thick of this journey himself, and even just having the PET scan machine come to Windsor, he was one of the first people to be able to, he'd done the journey as well, and you're already in this kind of traumatic state of what's going on, what do I need to do, what's my process going to be. So when things can be on home turf, it just makes it so much easier for families.